Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Hope you are all well and safe and having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day. This is the second painting I've done today. Early on this morning I painted this in pastels. That was the last video I released, and I wanted to do it in watercolours, so exactly the same painting. And this is, well, it's not exactly the same painting, it's a very different painting, exactly the same source photo, and this time in watercolour. And I'm going to tell you all about how Special K and I got lost. Right, I've already painted this once in pastels in Critter, but all the while I was doing it I was thinking to myself, this would make a really nice painting in watercolour as well. So I've decided to do it in watercolour. I'm just going to quickly sort of sketch in the main trees, or the main tree I should say. There's only one main tree, and I am going to use a masking layer, I think. So I'm really excited about this. I said in the last video that Special K and I went for a walk and we got lost. I said I'd tell you about it, so I'll tell you about it now. We didn't. We shouldn't have got lost, really. We went on this little woodland walk, and it was really well. There was no signpost, but it was well set out in as much that there was clearly defined footpaths everywhere you went, and they were all sort of laid out. There were either sort of a timber slatted floor with chicken wire over the top so you didn't slip, so easy to follow, and also sort of loose chipping on the floor as well, which was easy to follow. And we was doing all right. We went to a place called Carver's Rock. Well, we went to Four Mark Reservoir, and about a couple of miles walk away there's a place called Carver's Rock, and I wanted to take Special K there. She'd never been there before, even though she only lives a few miles away. She lived there all her life but didn't know about this place, so I said let's go. And it's called Carver's Rock because there's these big rock faces that people have taken penknives to and carved their undying love into the rocks for their loved ones to see and pledge their love forever. Unfortunately, I didn't take a knife with me, so I couldn't do that for Special K. Bit of a rookie error there, but never mind. Anyway, when we came back, when we started to do, we got there all right, but when we came to do the walk back, we thought it'd be a good idea to take a shortcut, not go back the exact route that we had come in, because we knew what we was doing, we'd be fine. Anyway, we took this shortcut, and very quickly we thought that we weren't recognizing. I'm going to name this pencil there. We weren't recognizing any of the woodland that we'd walked through, like for example this tree. We didn't seem to come across it, and was walking around for ages, and I kept saying, yeah, we're fine, I recognise that tree. I clearly didn't really. I thought we'll be fine, don't want too much drippiness on this, just want lots of nice water flowing out. So we kept walking, and when we went to Carver's Rock, when we I've missed something out. Let's start again. I've missed a complete process out. I want to put masking fluid on this, don't I? So I'm going to choose a pen. Make sure I've got that all the way up, and I'm going to choose a colour which is very similar to the masking fluid that I use. There we go. And just start masking this out first. Yeah, so where was I with the story of Special K&I's walk? Yeah, I was walking for ages, and we walked across this little bridge right at the initial part before we started to recognise anything. And it was only sort of one batten wide, and we both said, well, we didn't walk across a bridge this narrow when we came, so this can't be the way back. So we sort of backtracked a bit, and I said, oh, look at those two trees there, I recognise those, that's the way. So we went this other way, and was walking for about 50 minutes. And when we walked there initially, there was lots of people about. Every couple of feet we were saying hi to people. And you know what? I don't know if it was because of everybody's been in lockdown, but everybody was so friendly. They were all leaving plenty of gaps for you to get by without worrying about catching the coronavirus. And everybody was sort of saying hi and whatnot. So that was really nice. But when we came back, we didn't see a soul. We was like, oh, this can't be right. So anyway, we kept walking, and I was like, oh, we're fine. I recognise that tree. I don't recognise that tree. Anyway, we didn't. Anyway, eventually, we saw these two trees that we recognised, and we really did recognise them. We said, yes, at last we're back. We found the way. Something we recognised, and was both really pleased. And then I sort of looked to the side and I said, oh my God. Gary says, what? I said, look, there's that bridge, that one slat wide bridge. And we'd walked round in a huge circle. So at that point, we were both like, oh my God, we are proper lost. Let's have a think about where we need to go. Anyway, eventually, we did. Pretty much straight after that, we rethought the way. We toyed with the idea of sort of going back to Carver's Rock and then sort of retracing the steps that way, but we didn't. We sort of worked it out rationally, and we actually ended up about another half an hour, was back on track again, and about another hour's walking, we were back to the car park. We had an ice cream and we thought, that's fabulous. We've actually got, and we've both worn out by this time, and we said, all we've got to do now is walk to the car, because we was in the car park a few steps away, and we can make tracks for home. And then it dawned on us that it wasn't the car park that we originally parked in, because we couldn't get in that one. It was full, and we had to walk about another, I don't know, not too far, probably a quarter of a mile or something, to the car park that we'd parked in, but we weren't too happy about that. Right, that's the story of Special K and I getting lost on our first adventure since the COVID lockdown. That's my masking layer of the tree, so I can now start painting. I am going to make that the masking layer by clicking on that M. I create a new layer, and if I click this little dot here and take off that one off the pencil, is that pencil locked? Is that layer locked? I think it is. Yeah, I'm going on to this layer, and this is going to be my initial wash, and so I'm going to choose the mop brush. You probably remember, not remember, I mean, it's only like a week ago, a few days ago, I painted this in pastels, and I really wanted to do it in watercolour as well, so that's why I'm doing this today. This is a handmade paper, so I'm using this mop brush. I'm not going to change, I want to keep it kind of a bit monochromatic if I can. I'm thinking of a limited palette with sort of ultramarine blue type colours and bit of burnt sienna maybe. Let's just warm that up a bit. I think I've got too much water in. Let's just take the water down somewhat. So the light, whereas with the pastel, I used like pure colour, strong pigments and yellows and things to get the light. This time I'm going to use tonal contrast for the light instead. So I can sort of get this light bit down here. And then come in with some dark colours over this side. Can all merge in. And this will be my shadowy side. Like that. Still running down too much. You know what? I don't like that. I'm going to delete that layer. Recreate it. Make it so that the paint hasn't got any drip on it. Rethink my water ratio. Let's start off with the light colours. I just felt it was looking a bit muddy. What am I painting? Am I painting on the right? Oh, let's just step back. I forgot to make this new layer connected to the masking layer. Because when I put this paint on, if I just hide the masking layer, you'll see that it doesn't paint that bit. It leaves that. But I'll leave it like that. Get a bit lighter. I'm still going to do the highlights are identified with tonal contrast and not colour like in the pastel drawing. There we are, look, you see. There. That's better. Just wondering if I should add some warmer tones to this initial wash. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly scumble a bit more colour over it and then dry it, because I like that effect. There. Layer 1 done. I'll just put a little bit there. Dry it again. So that's that layer done. Let's lock that so I don't paint on it again. Create a new layer. Change the size of the brush a bit. Now I think I could, you sort of lose the colours sort of blending in there, look, but up here, could almost leave that white edge like a rim light around it, which I think could look quite funky, quite cool. I love the texture of this paper, and I'm thinking like I should just sort of dry it, just keep drying it really quick so it doesn't. Maybe I need to change the brush. Let's try the filbert brush. Oh, no, I like the mop better. That might be all right for the highlight colours. I should be putting the light colours in first, shouldn't I? What am I thinking? Let's get an ochre. That's better. Just step back a bit. That's what I want. It's fiddling around a bit there. So this is the filbert brush, and I'm not feeling it quite the same way as I was liking the mop. But I just wanted a bit of colour on so it wasn't like pure white. Let's add a bit of I'm just going to try these different brushes. Let's just try this round brush. What does this do? I don't know. Oh, I actually want to paint into it a bit. I like that. I don't like the colour, but I like the brush. Let's just. I like what it's doing. It's got this nice bark look to it. Subtle strokes. Yeah, that's okay. Right, I think I need to paint some of this background tree in now, and I think I might go back to the mop. I do like the effect of that. I'm sticking with these blues. I've lost my pencil. Have I drawn over the pencil? No, it's at the bottom. Let's just move that to the top, so hopefully I'll see it a bit. I just want to switch that layer off just for a second. Create a new layer, and then I can just paint this tree back in. And then hopefully when I put this layer back on, you can see it. Yeah, it's not dark enough though, is it? What's that look like? interesting. Let's just stick with that for a little bit. In fact, you know what? I am going to just rub that out. Can't do that with watercolour. Not where you rub out just one little area. You can't do this either, can you? Where you sort of hide a layer of paint. You just draw the thing in again. There. That's cool. I like that moodiness. Oh, I think I need to make this work with the masking layer as well. So all I did there was just click on that little dot and then ties this to the masking layer as well. I like that sort of just an indication of a tree. Like there is a tree there, but you can only just see it. Now I need to turn that off. Paint into it again. I think I need to pick some of the brown up. Pop a bit of that there like that. Lose the bottom of that tree in there. Nearly. Let's just take that out. Dry that off. Just go to a blue. What's happening on this layer? I think I'm going to create a new layer. Just to make some of those branches disappear. Right, I think now I've got to get a dark colour, make the brush a bit smaller. Is this the right brush? I'm wondering. Let's change it. Let's try a liner brush. Is that too much? I don't know. I've got to get these shadows on there as well. See, that's just way too strong. Don't like that at all. I don't know. All these brushes lot, are they all the same? I suspect I've created these while I've been, yeah. Let's try the filbert. Oh, that's better. That looks more painterly. Take the water down, push that up, take the pressure off a bit. the liner brush just to me looks mechanical. They're a little bit thin, aren't they? Let's just step back on them a bit. That's better. So to get this bark in there, I'm not going to do the leaves. I put all of these leaves in that are here. I put them all in on the painting I did in pastels, but this time I don't think I'm going to. I think they will detract from this tree. I like the tree as it is. There. Right now, let's put in some dark branches. Didn't like that last line there. It's got to go. I sort of lost a bit there, haven't I? Never mind. I don't think I need to worry too much about these leaves. I'm going to make them a bit more graphic, I think. What I'm going to do is just... Oops. Do something like that. Convinced? Go for the mop. Don't like none of that. I'm just stepping back a little bit. I'm going to create a new layer. Come on. There we go. I'm just wondering if I should do the leaves of reddy colour. I really like this sort of, the fact that the only thing that, let's just do it as a thumbnail. I I like the fact that there's hardly any detail in it other than on the tree, the main tree. You see, I envisage this being framed. I can see it being framed where we lose all this white around here. Let's just fill some of this in. Because the white's putting me off. Oh, I could have put a bit of that yellow ochre in there, couldn't I? Would look quite nice. Balancing that out, yeah. Bit too much though. Don't overdo it, Steve. You've got to be careful. That's it. I need to get all this white covered up. It's really confusing me. And I want to dry it off fairly fast as well. I want to see the grain of that paper. Keep it dry. Maybe pick up some of these reds. Put them down here a bit. Just to take your eye into it. That's better. So I said earlier that it was going to be cool blues and things for the highlights and not lots of colour. So I think I need to stick to that. So let's just bit of that in there. That's it. We're getting there. I love this tree here. I love that one. I'm tempted to put another one in. But I think I'm gonna, you know. Just a sort of a before I do it though, I should really go on another layer. I'm actually going to put it underneath that layer. No, I can't. I've got to put it there. Just so I can rub stuff out if I want. Did I use the filbert for that? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, that's better. That's cool because I can now add like shadows. Make the colour a bit warmer, brush a bit smaller. There. I can have a dark branch coming out of here, I think. Make that up. Not quite so. Not quite as dark as I got it. There we are. That's it. I'm going to sign this. Let's choose a pencil, light ink. Let's just get it, sign it there. So, same tree, different technique. This time I've produced a watercolour painting, 2 very different paintings. Which one do you like? Do you like the watercolour one or the pastel one? I'll put a link to the pastel one so you can have a look at that if you haven't seen it already. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always. It's much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. And don't forget everybody, stay safe, keep painting and stay sane. Bye.